Kia ora, what's up, what's going on? Welcome to my channel. I'm going to show you how to use the Luckfox Pico Mini B board and set it up as an internal mod chip of sorts for the PS4. Please be aware that this is only for people who have firmware between 9.00 and 11.00. Please keep in mind that this setup is for the PS4 Pro, and also this is what they call an untethered hookup because the chip, or I should say the Pico chip, is internal, so it's not using the external LAN port and it's not using the external USB ports. Alright, let's get into this. Power up your PS4, go into the system settings, system information, and check your firmware version where it says system software. My one says 11.00. Next we want to head into the settings again and we want to turn off the automatic downloads. These are the things you're going to need. You're going to need the Torx security screwdriver, you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, also solder flux, solder, and some kind of wrapping wire. I use the single core canal wire, I reckon this stuff is the best. Also a clamp to clamp down your wiring while you're soldering it, and also a soldering iron. Double-sided tape, also Captain tape as well. So some PCB cleaner and some Q-tips. Also you're going to need the Luckfox Pico Mini B board. I will leave a link in the description on where to obtain one from. And also a USB stick. Head to the description below and download the PS4 software folder. It has everything you need to set everything up. Now insert your USB device into your PC and you need to format this in either exFAT or FAT32. Now open up the PS4 software folder and look for the golden hen.bin. You want to copy and paste that straight into the USB device. Now back over in your PS4 folder, we want to install the driver assistant, so go through the motions of installing that. Once that's complete, we want to connect our Pico to the PC. Hold down the button and plug it in. Wait till you hear a beep notification on your PC. Now back over at the PS4 software folder, we want to go into the SOC tool. So go in there and we want to right click and run it as administrator. Once it starts up, you want to click on the drop down here and select RV1103, click OK. Make sure that the USB is selected on the top left hand corner. Now go down to here and click on paths, select the PS4 software folder and click on the Luckfox Pico Plus Flash folder and select it, select yes. Now you want to click on this here and select all of them. Now we want to go down to the bottom and click download. Once it's completed, it will say all done in the bottom right hand corner. When it says that, you can close out the window. Now unplug the Pico and plug it back in. Do not press the button, just plug it straight in. The LED will start flashing to let you know that it is functioning. Now head over to your internet connections, wait for the Pico to appear, and then we want to right click and go to properties. Now go to this one here and double click on it, click on this one here. We want to type in 172.32.0.100 and then click in the subnet mask to autofill it. Click OK, click yes, OK, and now we can close this out. Over at the PS4 software folder, we need to go into the MOBA Xterm and we want to install it and run it. I've added the shortcut in the same folder, you don't have to, so run the program, click on the top left, new session, and then we want to click on SSH. From there we're going to go to remote host and type in 172.32.93, then we're going to click on the specify username and we're going to type in lowercase root or root, then we're going to click OK, click on accept. Now we're going to go back to our PS4 software folder and we're going to drag and drop the pppwn/luckfox folder in the left pane of the program. Right there. There should be around 87 files. Wait for that to finish. Next we're going to go back into our PS4 folder and we're going to go into the MOBA term folder, and in there is a text file and it says script for MOBA term. So what we're going to do is open that up and we're going to copy this whole entire script, go back to the MOBA program, right click on it and paste, and it should look like this when it goes in. Once that's done, hit the enter key. Now you want to select which firmware you are running, and I am using 11.00. It'll ask you if this is the correct choice. Select Y and press enter. Do you want to run the web server? Select N for no and enter. Do you want the Pico to shut down after it successfully connects? Select yes, and then we want to select B. Compatible with all models, and there's the selection that you've made, and then select Y for yes and press enter to complete it. So give it a few seconds, I'd say about 30 seconds before you remove the USB cable from the Pico, and we're good to go. Now on to stripping the PS4 Pro. Need to remove the hatch that is covering the hard drive. You can just pop this out with a screwdriver or plastic tool of some sorts. Now I'm going to remove the screw that is holding in the hard drive. going to remove the 3 security screws. 2 of them are located under the stickers. The third one is located near the LAN port. In order to get it off, you need to grab the corners and pull up, pop them up, and grab the center and lift that as well. Lift it up and slide it towards you. Give it a bit of a wiggle and it's off. We don't need to take apart the entire PS4, we only need to remove the part of the chassis in order to solder the wiring for the Pico. That has been removed. I will demonstrate how the Pico will fit, so it can fit in this area here. Here is a diagram of the wiring, or part of it. These 2 wires here are the positive and negative, or the power supply for the Pico. Just ignore the timestamp on the video here. This was done through my microscope and I never got around to setting up the date and time, so just ignore that. So first off, we're going to add solder flux to those 2 points, and then we're going to come in and tin them, or add some solder to it. Now I'm going to come in and solder in our wires. After I give it a spray with the PC board cleaner, I'll wipe it up with a Q-tip or cotton bud and place some Captain tape over the top. In the area of the LAN port, you will see there are 4 points that are marked: RXN, RXP, TXN and TXP. We are going to add solder flux to those. Once we have added solder flux to those points and tin them, we're going to solder in our wires. Going to go in with a cotton bud and give it a bit of a clean with the PC board cleaner. Now I'm going to go in with some Captain tape and cover it. Next step is to put the chassis back on the PS4, and as you're doing so, thread each of the 6 wires through the vent holes. Do one at a time, and as you are doing them, you want to grab 6 pieces of sellotape and you want to label them. So for example, negative, positive, RXP, and so on, just so you know which wires are going where, because once you put the case on, I should say the chassis, you're not going to know what goes where. So it's a good way to reference it. Now it's time to work on the Pico chip. So clamp it in, flip it over the side where it says TXP, TXN, RXP and RXN. I'm going to add some solder flux here, and then I'm going to tin the ends. On the same side of the chip, go up to the top, and it's on the right side where it says V bus. That's your positive, and the one under it will be your negative. Just do the same thing. You want to add solder flux and tin it. Now you want to go in with your wires and solder each one on there, referencing the sellotape trick we did earlier. So you should end up with something like this. Pretty straightforward. Now you just want to go around with the Captain tape and do your wire management, tidy everything up. Also add a piece of double-sided tape underneath the Pico board. Make sure the USB port is facing towards the hard drive, not the other way around. You need room in order to access it later, in case you want to update your firmware, and then you can update everything else with it. Now connect your USB device to your PS4, plug it in and power it up. As you can see there, the LED is flashing, which is telling me that it's powered up and it's working. Once it starts up, you'll get LAN cable not connected, and then you'll get another one saying cannot connect to network. We need to go into the settings and remedy this. So head into your settings, go down to network, go down to setup internet connection, go to use LAN cable, go to custom, go to PPPoE. You can put in a username or password, it doesn't matter, you can put anything. Go to next, automatic, and do not use. Now you want to restart the system. Once the Pico successfully connects, you will get this pop-up. The next one will be installed packages, and the next one will be the golden hen, which it'll take from the USB device that you've plugged in and transfer it to the hard drive, and it will stay there permanently. Now you can remove the USB device from your PS4 as you no longer need this anymore. Once we are satisfied that everything is in working order, we can put the PS4 back together. So put the screws back in the chassis, put the bottom cover on, and then the screws, and then the panel for the hard drive. That's it for this video. If you've learned something today, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Ciao.